Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Cody Wilbert. I am here with George Sheets to present to you guys the AnnuityPro Academy. For those of you who do not know us, let me start by just kind of introducing URL a little bit, getting into that for you, and kind of letting you know who we are. So here at URL, our motto is we're in the people business. We are located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're a full service brokerage. I say full service because what I mean by that is we do with life, annuities, health, Medicare, and employee benefits. So we're a very well-rounded kind of 5-tiered system here with a lot of different experts focusing on a lot of different areas here. We do a lot of ongoing training, which something that we're doing today kind of falls into place with that. And it's something we can bring to you as a program to help better you and to help you crush and boost your commissions in the annuity side of the business. Without further ado, I'll kind of go into a little bit more about URL. We were founded in 1986. We are an independently owned, family-owned business. That's something we are very proud of to this day. As you know, in the industry, many companies are being bought up now and all kind of consolidating and coming together. We take a lot of pride in being independent and family-owned from that standpoint. One of the things I wanted to bring up also was our team here. So what you're seeing on the screen there's about a little over 115 years of experience on that screen right there. This is just our life and annuity team. Upper corner, you will see Steve Clemens. He is the president of URL as well as the head of the annuity and life department. You have myself, Matt Alina, who handles our final expense. Jason Collins, who does our life and single premium life. You'll find there on our bottom left. We have Rosemary Evans and Rachel Patton, who do our life, long-term care, and they are our case managers on that side of things. They split the alphabet. Rose is in our upper half of the alphabet. Rachel is in our lower half of the alphabet. And then we have Maria Adams, who does our case management on the annuity side as well there. So very good team, everybody there, super experienced and can help out many different areas of what you're doing, whether it is scrubbing apps, illustrations, building cases, getting case status updates, working on any type of paperwork, scrubbing apps. We're there for that kind of thing. So use our team. I wanted you to kind of get a quick glance at who our team is because you may have talked to some of these folks before in the past. So let me introduce George Sheets a little bit. Picture there not coming up the greatest. I have no idea why that is, George, but let me tell you a little bit about George. George was born here, central Pennsylvania, resides out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. George has a very unique selling style. And why I say that is George is using seminars to basically teach folks in Lancaster and central Pennsylvania how to retire and teach them about retirement, about Social Security, about Medicare, taxes, nursing homes, things like that to educate the middle class on how to better retire and how to use annuities to retire. A little bit backstepping from that, George had recently in the past had done a little bit more of life insurance. He was a top selling former life insurance agent, did a lot with college and financial planning, which slowly kind of pivoted him into doing the annuity estate planning side of things. And with that, in 2023, George wrote about $45 million in premium. And this year, George, what are you tracking for 2024, do you think?
We're going to hit 55 million.
That's fantastic. So yeah, so we're looking at a 2024 of about 55 million. George is active in very much doing the seminars, but now is bringing the opportunity to URL and agents that work with URL to also bring, seminars to your area and let you kind of take over and get a different step on marketing. As most of you know, in the annuity space, it's very hard to go out and have that conversation with somebody directly over the phone that you got from a lead list. And they say, oh yeah, I've never talked to you before, but I'd love to talk to you about my $300,000 that I've spent the last 30 years saving for. Even though I've never met you, I don't want to talk to you over the phone. People don't like that. They like seeing people. They like knowing about their experience. They like hearing from them. And you build that rapport through this seminar selling. So one of the things that we thought was very unique in this was George, over the past 10 years on the annuity side of focusing on this, has done a great job of going through and really vetting these marketing companies, getting the companies that are really putting butts in seats and getting people to these seminars and attending these seminars to give you a better chance of making sales. He's also done a very good job of getting books put together. You can see on the screen above, there's a Winning at Retirement, a Social Security Savvy, and a Pay for Retirement Without Going Broke. These are all books that you can offer, you can switch, and you can add your name to, add customability to it to make it your kind of book as well too, or add to it to make it more gauged towards you. Or in fact, print them and just use exactly what's out there right now, because these are really, really good materials. On top of that, we'll get into a little bit more, but there are going to be PowerPoints that you can use. There are live selling videos that you will see on there. And then there's also a lot of frequently asked questions that are on there. But one of the things that I thought was very unique was, George is coming out here and basically giving you the recipe to his success. And what's unique about it is, you can be someone who has zero experience doing this program or someone who has a lot of experience doing annuities. And either one of you is going to be successful with this program. So without further ado, I kind of want to lead into George here a little bit. And George, let me ask you, what is the most successful thing for you that you see when you're doing these type of seminars? What type of folks are you getting? What kind of clients are you getting at these seminars? What are their ages? What are their biggest concerns? What are you seeing from this?
Well, the seminar that I've designed over the years, I have one called Wills and Estate Planning and Asset Protection. I have one called Social Security and Medicare. What we do is we offer maybe an hour into the program, we offer about wills. It's basic stuff. If you buy Estate Planning for Dummies off of Amazon, you'll know more than what I tell you in the workshop. But 50% of people don't have wills. So when you talk about them, it brings in a huge amount of attendance. And we talk about Social Security and Medicare in another workshop because nobody understands Social Security and nobody understands Medicare, as some of you guys know. So they come to hear it. They literally flood into these workshops. And we put anywhere from 30 to 60 people per workshop that come to hear about this. So for the first hour, we talk about what we advertise. The next hour, it's a 2-hour program. We talk about why the market is not the place to be for people. We mainly advertise 60 to 76, 78 years old. The average person probably has a $500,000. I get a lot of people with $1 million, $2 million. And when you're talking a 6-7% commission to roll that over, think about it. $500,000 is $35,000. $1 million is $60,000, $70,000. It beats Medicare commissions overall. But overall, we're teaching people these processes when you come in. We'll give you PowerPoints. We'll give you books to hand out with your name on it so you look like an author. We're going to give you, it's not a sales process. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is truly an education process, which I think would tie into Medicare very well, because in Medicare, you're educating the people on the choices. We do no selling in the workshop. You literally could do the workshop without any licensing whatsoever, because we never mention companies. We mention ideas. And if you'd like, and then we also take appointments at the end of that workshop right away for in-home or in the office. So people don't walk out and fill out a survey. We don't care about the survey. We basically say, make an appointment here in the back of the room, and they will. And I'm going to tell you, 30 to 60% will make an appointment. And when you go to their house or you bring them into your office, you're going to find people coming in 500,000, $1 million. We have forms that we hand out at the workshop that ask them to fill out all their assets, bring everything they have to the meeting. They do. Okay. We teach you how to advertise. We're going to teach you how to market. We're going to teach you. All that is going to be on video. Everything that I've learned in 20 years, 1,500 workshops, highly successful, is on videos. I sat down with someone I trained and said, let's go over all the questions that you've ever asked me at lunches and dinners. And they gave me about 40 or 50. Cody and I sat down, and in a talk show format, we created a video for every one of those questions. The URL came and videotape me doing a workshop. I also have a Social Security and Medicare workshop set up as a webinar, because you can use them as webinars and people will make appointments there. During COVID, I was doing webinars and doing $1 million in annuity business a month per webinar. That's 70,000 in commissions a month. So we have a lot of flexibility. And I want to say this, one of the problems I have in this industry, because I was a corporate executive, is there's a ton of IMOs out there who are signing up agents, but they offer no training. And the training they offer is laughable. URL is stepping up to say, hey, we're going to take the most unique annuity training program in America today and offer it to our agents completely free, completely free. We use one of 3 different annuity companies for a reason, which we'll explain to you. And I will be there to train you. All as I asked is you watch the videos first. It's about maybe a 30-hour program of videos. And once you do that, you've saved me about 200 hours of talking to you personally, because I did. I've trained about 7 URL agents, and I'll give you an example, 2 of them per workshop that they do, they end up getting appointments with people who have an average of about $4 to $5 million in potential annuity business. That doesn't include life insurance business. That doesn't include Medicare business. Literally, these people can use everything. So you can cross sell. Okay. We even have a program where you can offer wills to the customers through a company called Estate Guru. It works out great. So think about talking to $5 million on average every workshop you do. That's a $300,000 to $400,000 commission possibility per workshop. It's incredible when you start closing these. It's just incredible.
Let me ask you this, George, just to back up a little bit, because I know one of the things we're talking about here is helping you guys learn the process and kind of becoming the expert of doing this seminar selling, and really this being the basis. And you made a great point. You said, this is just from the annuity side of things, right? That this doesn't include that you can customize this process to fit your strengths and then add in the annuity piece to that. So do what makes you feel most comfortable, that you're going to feel comfortable getting in front of people and talking about first, which might be another line of business, but it's still going to open the conversations for these annuities and still have that piece to it. So let me ask you this, George. What do you think is, maybe give me a range of maybe a lower cost and a higher cost end of things to just kind of initially start the program?
Well, I'll tell you, lower cost is probably $200 to $500, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Something Cody and I didn't mention is, if you're on this video and you do a lot of Medicare business, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a process that isn't on the video at the moment, but I might create one with Cody. But there's a way to sell annuities to all your existing Medicare business. I've tested it with 2 agents. It's worked gangbusters in them getting appointments, because one of your Medicare clients could have $500,000, $800,000, $1 million. I see it routinely in their 401k, in their IRAs. That is, you're actually calling on a Medicare client to make $300 to $700 up front when you sign them for the husband, and another $300 to $700 for the wife. So you're gonna make $600 to $1,400 the first year, generally. Okay, but the husband might have a $300,000 401k and the wife might have a $500,000 401k. That's $800,000. They have no advisor. They're going to need someone. And now you mentioned you offer a no loss. By the way, these indexed annuities offer no losses in the stock market. It's very important. No losses in the stock market. A really nice bonus to become a client of like 10%. So you give us, that couple has 800,000. They give you 800,000. They get a 10% bonus. So now they have 880. They can never lose money in the market, and they'll get a percentage of market growth every year. If they do it, you just walked away with $50,000 to $60,000 in commission money for 2 applications. Think about how much that beats the $600 to $1,400 Medicare. So I think the first thing people can do is market their present business, whether it's life insurance clients, property casualty, final expense. There's no reason you can't either A, go in and market them, or B, hold a workshop for them, and I'll teach you how to do the workshop for them. I can easily design a Medicare workshop for people to hold to be able to get annuity business, okay? So that's one. It can be very cheap to get started in this if you want to market your present business, and I think you're crazy if you don't. Now, if you want to do it my way, where you want to go directly at annuities, or even directly doing workshops for new Medicare clients, you could do that too. It's going to run you probably around $2,000 for all the things I think you need to look professional: business cards, pull-ups, projector to do the workshop, and then probably another 5,000 to 6,000 to run 2 workshops. So an average of 3,000 a workshop. So I'd say about $8,000 to get up and running on workshops and have a chance of talking to $5 million in business. So think about that. You're going to spend 2,000 on everything you need and another 6 on marketing to get in front of 5 million that could make you potentially 300 to 350,000 in commissions. But if you just want to start out with your regular group of customers, I can teach you how to do that too, because I think there's a lot of business there. I can even teach you how to go in and call on new customers for Medicare and also legally bring up their annuities. There's a way to do it, their investments. And I can teach you how to do that too. So about half your Medicare clients, I will guarantee you, have at least $400,000 you can put in this annuity. That's half your clients. You could at least make $28,000 a pop off of just by going back and calling on them.
So then what I'm gauging from that then, George, is we're looking anywhere from maybe 2,000 as a low end figure, because we're talking, getting your pull ups, getting your professional items, getting your projectors, things like that in place, your room rentals, all that kind of stuff in place. But maybe using your own book of business. So now you're kind of at the lower end of that, or we might be in the $5,000-$6,000 range where you're using more leads and lead generated things for that.
Yeah,
is that what I'm gauging there?
Yeah, not including if you send out a letter to your own book of business offering a workshop at a local library or a local restaurant for a cheap $10 lunch or something. You put in that envelope 2 tickets that you buy a roll of tickets at Staples, and you put 2 tickets in there telling your clients that they can bring 2 other people to that workshop as guests of them for a free breakfast or a free lunch for $10, and offer a TV set as a giveaway. So you're going to spend $2,000 on the material you need to hold the workshop, which will be good forever. So you can spread that as a business write-off, and you're going to spend probably another $1,000 on the mailing and the TV. And your clients I'm going to tell you right now, 25% of your clients will show up. I've done this. They're going to show up, and half of those are going to bring new people. So now you're going to have new Medicare clients coming in the door, new annuity clients. It builds upon itself for $3,000. So $3,000 at the low end for everything you need, plus the workshop with present clients. $8,000 to go out and just hold a workshop for new people coming in the door. Because we're going to give you a mailer company that's going to send out this beautiful mailer for annuities and for estate planning and for Social Security, Medicare, et cetera, like that. And they run about 55 cents a mailer.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that. And then how quickly do you think you can get up and running? And I'll give you 2 scenarios of that. Let me say I'm a guy who's never done an annuity sale before. How quick could I get up and running with this program?
I would say, here's my answer to that. If I was me, knowing what I knew, I basically shut my life down and become an expert at anything. And since a huge portion of what you need to know, but not all, is on those videos, if you're willing to take 2 weeks and watch those videos multiple times, you're welcome to, even if you live in the Pennsylvania area, come and watch me do a workshop or 2. You can be pretty much up and running pretty fast. It's your speed because everything's on video. So the more you want, you can't just watch those videos once and go do it. There is 20 years of information in those videos that I took from 30 top financial advisors and built it over the years into one powerful system. I mean, we're talking a system, how you go and do the workshop, how you advertise the workshop, how you do the first appointment, how you do the second appointment, how you fill out the annuity paperwork, which Cody's going to teach you how to do. So there's a whole process. And the answer is within a month and a half, you could be doing it if you're willing to set a month aside to really become an expert at it. If you want to stretch it out, then it's going to take longer. If you want to market your own people, I think you could do it pretty darn fast. I think you could be up and running in a couple of weeks.
I agree. And I think, it's important to note that, part of what we're showing you up there on that slide is, we're going to teach you to learn how to sell annuities. You don't need to be an expert in every product that's ever existed in the annuity space. What you need to understand is the basic concepts of an annuity. What are the trigger points that are getting people to buy those annuities? Is it the safety, the principal protection, the bonus, the tax deferred growth? You'll find these trigger points that are going to make those sales a lot easier and make you become more of an expert in discussing them in general. But that's where URL slips in. George is up front showing you these pieces that are going to help you make those sales. Use URL for the back half. We're here to help you with any of your illustrations, building out any of the cases that you need for anything like that. Scrubbing applications. We'll teach you the process of transferring funds. We'll teach you the process of how to go out and run your own illustrations if that's something you want to do on the fly while you're with somebody. But use that process and know that what we're offering you here is not only a front end process of the sales, but a back end as well, because we want to make you a more well-rounded agent in knowing how to do this.
I would like to throw this in.
Yeah.
For those on this video, when you're on it, on a 1 to 10 scale, I am literally, with 10 being the best, I'm a 5. I'm a lousy salesperson. I hate salespeople personally. I don't like dealing with salespeople, but I came out of many years in corporate America where I was an educator. I like to educate people. And I believe that when you educate people and you offer one of the better products at what you're educating, they'll understand it and they'll come. So my whole process is not, I don't want to call it selling. It's educating. Yes. Is it a passive selling system? I think I've built one of the best passive selling systems in America today for annuities. I know it does because I work part-time and I bring in 50 million annuity business. But it's a passive system. So you don't have to be a seller. You have to be an educator, because if you start selling, you will fail in my system. My system moves people through the process to where they say to you 9 out of 10 times, I want to do this. Yeah. If they don't, who cares? You just want to do another workshop. So it's a numbers game. We do a workshop. We talk to 40 people. We get 10 to 15 appointments. We get 4 or 5 clients. We go do another workshop. We talk to 40, 50 people. When you're talking getting 4 or 5 clients, but those 4 or 5 clients are going to add up to $500,000 to $1 million annuity business. Think about this. $500,000 is $35,000 in commissions, $1 million, $70,000. So the numbers are so huge compared to the little bit you spend to get things up and running that it's very impossibly hard to fail. It truly is almost impossible to fail. The question is not, are you going to fail? It's how much money do you want to make? Does that make sense? I think if you're on this video and you're making $100,000 a year or less, or 120 less, and you're happy, honestly, this isn't for you. Because if you're happy, I don't think it's for you. But if you're a person who's making 50, 100, 150, and you want to instantly overnight make 250, 300, 400,000, this is the process for you, because it's going to happen. If you've never sold annuities, when you first start doing this, I think in a full year, you'll do 2.5 to 4 million in annuity business. So that's 130 to 200,000 in commissions. Okay. If you're already selling a few annuities occasionally, you know the paperwork, you got all that taken care of, I think the workshop will take you, let's say you do 3 million right now in annuity business. I think overnight, you'll probably ratchet it up to 6 to 8 million. If you're on this video and you're doing 5 to 7 million in indexed annuity business or fixed annuity business, I honestly think that the sky's the limit. You could overnight do 25 million if you can handle all the paperwork in that. So there's my numbers. Okay. And if you've got a large book of business that you can do workshops for your book of business, I think you can be up and running, making a lot of money just for a lousy $3,000 investment. Sure. But you got to be the one who wants this, ladies and guys. I meet a lot of salespeople who say, I want to make a lot of money, George. I want to make the kind of money you make. But you know what? They want to be on the golf course every day. They don't want to be watching videos. We're offering you a cookie cutter system that I think is probably the best cookie cutter system in America for annuities. I get called all the time to go train people. I have to go to Dallas soon and teach 200 agents about workshops. I do it, but most of them will fail just because they won't invest the time to become good at it and make a huge amount of money.
Yeah. And really from our standpoint, what we are asking from you is and how you take the next step. If this sounds interesting to you, if this is something that you want to go out, you want new ways to market, you want new ways to bring in new clients, you want ways to go and touch base with your existing clientele, this is the system that we're offering. So you may be saying, what do I do next? What am I looking for? What are they asking? There's no initial investment you're making to us or to George. You're making the investment on yourself. So really, when you're ready to do that, your next step is going to be to contact us. We'll get you licensed with URL if you are not already licensed with URL. If you are already licensed with URL, then we will get you contracted with the carriers that we are using and participating in this program at that time. Go ahead, George.
Oh, no, what I was getting ready to say was, I want everybody to look at the top of your screen right now. The words crush your commissions. We're not talking about dribbling in commissions. We're talking about crushing your commissions. Anybody who wants to do this, who thinks, wow, if I could make an extra $75,000 a year, you're making a big mistake. I think anyone that does this, anyone who brings in less than 100 to 150,000 in first year, and that's a minimum. We're talking failure, brings in 100 to 150,000 extra in commissions. They're the people we want. I want the people that say, George, I'm making 100,000, I'm making 200. I want to double that. You're going to do it. Believe me.
Yeah. And with that, you want to take that next step. You want to get licensed. You want to get contracted with our carriers. To do that, and once you do that, it will allow you to get access to our AnnuityPro Academy website. So what you will see here in this website is kind of a snapshot of what you would get when you log into here. You're going to get a step-by-step process. That goes step 1 through step 6. Step 1 being setting up your seminar. Step 2 being marketing your seminar. Step 3 being hosting that seminar. Step 4 being setting client meetings. 5 is holding client meetings. 6 is client follow-ups. We also have additional areas for training. There is a good bit of annuity training and suitability training you do before you get up and running with this. There's some additional resources page and frequently asked questions. As George alluded to earlier, one of the things that you're going to see is on this page, there's going to be a lot of information for you to dive into and get more access to. So let me give you a snapshot of, let's go with step number 3 here. So here's a dive into step 3. Inside of here, we have links to books that you can go and look at, read through, and decide if that's something you want to print off. We have contacts for some of the folks that work at the printing shop and who you can contact from there. You also see there are forms on here that George hands out at his actual seminar to have people do their own financial retirement audit and bring those with to their next appointments. But amongst this, there are also videos there of live presentations, as George mentioned earlier. There's a lot of frequently asked questions and videos that George gets, and our breakdown in these areas are all videos that we feel are relevant for that. So hosting your seminar, we have Agent Attitude is Everything. You're an entertainer and an educator, not a salesperson. Why it needs to be a 2 or 3 appointment close 80% of the time. It's videos like that that we feel are going to help you out and give you a better answer on how these things are working for George, what he's doing now. And after you review these videos, after you go through those steps, say to yourself, is this something that I feel confident that I could do? If it is something that you feel confident you can do, you can easily turn around your initial investment by just 1 or 2 sales from this. And I'm telling you now, the companies that we have are putting butts in seats and are going to give you the opportunity to make those sales. So really, I want you to go through this step by step. I want you to watch these videos and learn and say to yourself, is this something I can do? Because I believe that agents who have 0 experience and agents who have a ton of experience are going to gather a lot of helpful information from here. There's also a ton of turnkey forms, PowerPoints, books, handouts that you're going to have on here that you can easily cater to, put your business at the top and make your own, that you can right away jump into this. This isn't waiting for things to get printed out and work on or anything like that. You're going to be able to actively get going.
Let me throw in something to those on this video. What you're seeing in this website that URL is put together with my help is literally, without a doubt, 30,000 hours of thinking, doing, changing this on my part and parts of others. The ability to just go in and put your name on a beautiful book for the industry and take my name off and print it out. You're now an author. So you're going to be offering a book at the workshop for anybody that makes an appointment on Social Security savvy. You're going to be offering a book on pay for retirement without going broke, which really just talks about why they should open up an indexed annuity. You're going to be offering that. The ability to do it. We're going to talk about the psychology of this whole thing and why it works and how people shoot themselves in the foot. My own personal guess is if you adopt some of the things I talk about, you're probably going to become a lot better at your program too, whether it be Medicare or property and casualty or whatever, because I'm trying to teach people the best way to make the largest money is to educate people, not sell people. And the ability to be able to look at all this. But again, I'm going to go back to this. The reason it was all put on a website is Cody and I don't have the time to spend 600 hours with one person training them on all this. By dump loading our information, both Cody and I, onto a website on videos, you now have the ability in the comfort of your home to sit with you, your family, your friends, and watch these videos and become better and better at it. No different than sitting out at a restaurant with me and 3 other agents and talking. So the people who are going to be highly successful at this are going to be the ones who are willing to self-learn. Once you've signed up with the program, once you're up on the annuities we use, choose one of the annuities. We only offer one annuity. In our program, you choose one of 3 companies, and that way you only have to be an expert on one annuity, one single product. Okay. It's like I'm being an expert on one single bicycle. Okay. Then Cody's going to bring you up on the videos and that. You watch all the videos once, every single one. The day you're done, give me a call. And then let's have a chat as to what you learned. You've just saved me 300 hours, and then we'll chat. If you're local and you're near Central PA, I am more than happy to potentially come out and help you do your first workshop. Okay. So I've done that for people and I'm pretty good at it. So if you're local, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, I'm willing to consider that, to come out next year and come out anytime and help you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, George, for that. And thank you for kind of diving in a little bit more and divulging a little bit more on the program itself. We appreciate anyone who has joined in to watch this today. I hope this gets your brain going. I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready to look into more of this information. You'll see my number up on the screen above, 717-216-8063. Get contracted with URL, get licensed with some of these FIA carriers, and then get access to those turnkey PowerPoints, the marketing, the advertising practices, the psychology of the appointments that you're getting. Get access to these videos. Start learning today, and we look forward to working with you.
I will finish this up.
Yep.
If you want to make $500,000 a year, this program will do it. Just last week, I'm not going to put a day, month, or year to it, but just last week, out of a set of workshops, appointments, I brought in 5 new clients totaling $4.5 million in new business. One single week. That is $325,000 in commissions that I'm bringing into my office in 1 week. And that's only 1 week. That's not including next week and the following week. But I admit I'm good at it. But there's no reason you can't be doing $50,000 a week or $10,000 a week in commissions. Just no reason.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you again, George, for your time. Thank you so much for tuning in just to get a good idea of what the AnnuityPro Academy has to offer. And we look forward to working with you. So thank you again.
Okay, look forward to getting contacted by you guys and gals.